Oh, hello, everyone. Welcome to From the Heart. I'm Jeanette.
And I'm Mary.
And we're excited to bring you all that is new and good when it comes to the arts in Central Florida.
Today we are talking to award-winning artist Jason Hunt. We look forward to learning about his vision of the future for both himself and the arts in Orlando. Welcome, Jason.
Hi, how are you?
So, Jason, why is art important?
Art is vitally important in our culture because the Greeks believed in something that we've somewhat lost, mind, body, spirit. Throughout history, all cultures, especially in Japan, even the samurai, were praised for their sword work but as much for arranging flowers or tending a garden. And this you can say being in touch with your feminine side, but your artistic side, that shows the sense of tenderness, how a warrior can hold his child or see his first child walk across a room and this fierce man, this child touches him. And he wants the best for his child, and he wants his child not to be a warrior. He wants his child to be, a self-sufficient person who can live in peace. Art supplies peace. When you have great art flourishing, you usually call it the Golden Age. In Greece and any culture, even the Renaissance, they called it the Golden Age, not because gold was important. They called it the Golden Age because art flourished. Creativity flourished. Art just didn't become about the church, but it became about humanity. In the sense of our humanity, art is the most important thing we have.
Why?
It civilizes us.
In what way?
It makes us focus on creativity that doesn't consume or destroy. It makes a foundation of kind, compassionate, giving people. It informs us. It shows situations of people who have too much and people have too little. And there's an in-between that we are all united in the sense that a poor man can look at a piece of art and appreciate it, and a rich man can look at it and appreciate it. But the true person, I think, who truly understands what art is about, that old expression, there are people who know the value of everything and the price of nothing. Art breaks all that down. When you see something magnificent or beautiful, it simply leaves you in awe. As Mary was saying before some of my work, people would be in tears, they would laugh or they would cry. Art does that. It informs us that we are magnificent beings. Mm-hmm. We glow when we are in the moments of the rapture of something beautiful, unique in every form, music, acting, writing, sculpting. Any art form that we have civilizes us. And you cannot have art flourishing in a warlike situation or a dictatorship. That's the first thing they do is they destroy art. And they make people look like parts of a machine. And art makes us part of nature, and it also makes us immortal. We only know about our past because of what the people came before us who left art in like Lascaux and the cave walls. We knew about them throughout history. Everything we know about our recorded history and unrecorded comes from the arts.
Yes, we find their drawings and their paintings and their sculpture and their music. And
acting came out of storytelling. Not just tell the story, act it out. And so all the arts are connected and they all interact with each other, and it makes us better people. Without art, we are soulless.
Now, that being said, how important are the arts to children, to education?
Absolutely vital. All children are artists until they're told they're doing something wrong. This is not right. You should always support the child. Let the child find its own way. It can be skilled and to learn, the technical way of doing something, but the creativity should never be stifled. It should be supported.
Jason, you talked about the teachers who, you couldn't do certain things, yet you still persevered in your drawing. What kept you persevering?
I had a story to tell, and I think we all do. I'm not interested in my mortality that much, as a sense that I leave some great legacy and people thought I was a fantastic person. I'm more interested in right now when I'm here and I can see people relate to what I do as though it was a conversation. Oh. They get to know who I am and why I feel about something. I often say what I draw or create is considered corny. It's sentimental, it can be soft, And I think the sentimentality of what I draw, it makes people, it puts them, because I want to be a, self-standing adult, and I don't react to these little silly scenes, Viola Kitten, and boy, is that corny. But at the same time, I think people are really saying is that they don't want to be seen as being vulnerable. And vulnerability, and with a man can embrace his, as I say, soft side, and any person, then you're a full human being. Otherwise, you're a half person. You're living a half life when you push that down. That's why a lot of women don't understand men when they tell them to go and look at their, tell me about your something and tell me about your life. Because he, as a child, he was taught not to do that. And then look inside, and there's nothing there because they were taught to push it down.
So you think if a child works with art, that can help them in later years to communicate those feelings, or?
Yes. It makes you a full-standing, fully formed human being who has every aspect of what life's truly about. Art is about humanity. It is about understanding that if you see someone in need, help them. If you need, ask for it. It's about a community. It's about what unites us. People are very united by art. Music is an international language. The two things that every human being does exactly the same all over the world is we laugh and cry in the exact same way.
Now, what would you like to see in the future as far as arts in Orlando?
I would like to see it supported, but not just because we have these events like at FAVO or art shows, but all year round, every day. Artists are out there struggling, trying to make a living, and it's a very difficult life. Some of the best artists in this country are not making $20,000 a year on their art.
That's sad, right?
And you wonder why they keep doing it. And most of the money you do make goes right back into it because
You have to.
it is
right?
a calling. You must do this. It's the same way a shaman, he has a psychological, they say, crack up, that these voices, and he hears them and he relates to it. And a lot of times in different situations when a shamanic relationship or people want to be religious, like a priest or whatever, they become a functionary. This is something they want to do. But a truly religious person, let's say Jesus, Buddha, whatever, he has to do this. And they're not functionaries. They're putting their life on the line. Artists are doing that too because many have died in poverty. Rembrandt died totally broke.
Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah.
So it has to be done from the heart.
From the heart.
Yeah.
Sweetie, we're out of time, and I don't call any other guest sweetie. Excuse me.
Well, there was the guy yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not supposed to.
Shush. Okay.
Yeah.
But we're out of time.
Oh.
You're wonderful.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for coming.
My
Thank
pleasure.
you, Jeanette, for sitting in for Joshua.
Thank you. I've had a blast. Thank you for having me.
I have to admit, I love him, but you're prettier. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining Jeanette and I, and a special thanks to Jason for sharing his art with us.
And we really hope that you'll stop by Jason's studio. And when you do, please tell Jason that Mary and Jeanette say hello and stop by the store.
From the heart.